Hello, how's it going today? It's Frankie Nelson here with another movie review. And wow, I just watched probably one of the best acted movies in the whole genre I've ever seen in my life. I know that probably didn't make much sense, that sentence, but I'm telling you, this is a movie I've been itching to watch for a while now. And I keep seeing it, I just didn't know when the right time to watch it. I didn't know the right time to watch it. But wow, this is how found footage movies should be. It should be acted in this way. I'm not gonna lie, I expected a bit of a different kind of ending to this. I didn't expect the movie to be in that sort of way, considering most of the movies are like that for how I'm thinking. But it's called Mothers of Monsters. It's about this mom that suspects, I think her son is autistic, that her autistic son is gonna show up at school, and she records all this stuff that she's been saying about him, Bob, and she finds chemicals, she finds like something about guns, she finds like a map of the school that he wrote down or whatever. And I gotta say that the son is a psycho. Don't get me wrong, even I was petrified. The tension, even the son, no, saying the mother looked like a psychopath to me as well. Just the way how obsessive she was over him being as some sort of psycho. Whereas in reality, I think she was also a psycho. So it works both ways, to be honest. I think it's a kind of mother like son in that scenario. And she was a bit like controlling and whatnot towards him, in terms of like taking his games console, blah blah. And she had to like install cameras around the house to see what he was doing, see what he's like. It's quite a crazy sort of situation. I can feel the tension in that room, in the whole entire movie. The acting got me hooked after a few seconds. Just it didn't overact. It's just fluent acting. It's kind of like it felt like I was watching actual like mother and son having an argument, having you can cut that tension. You can cut that tension in the room with a knife. It's just oh, like it felt like I was there in the room with them. I felt like I was trying to stop it. It felt kind of intimidating. Like I was kind of petrified to even talk to him. That's how it felt like. And I expected to be jump scares. I don't know why. There's probably one that could have got me, but didn't. It wasn't being intended to be a proper jump scare. I know what I was thinking that not all found footage movies are gonna have jump scares, just to let you know that. It's just one of those type of movies where wow, it's the mesmerized. There's not really much to talk about. The acting in it is phenomenal. I've seen well acted movies before, but in horror movies, nothing as fluent as this for a while. Let me tell you that. It's incredible. And yeah, I mean, it's nothing much to say. It's a brilliant movie. There's a point in the movie where the entire time I thought, okay, is she gonna be the one that's actually mental? Is she gonna be the one that did she actually put all the chemicals on around to make him sound bad or to make him like a psycho because she's one herself, or is the ending gonna be that she's probably in a mental hospital afterwards? I don't know. Or he might not actually be a psychopath. She's making him out like that, turning him into one. I don't know. Possibly. I mean, but then it didn't end up go that way. There was a scene where she was tied up into a chair and he held her hostage up in her own room. He wanted to say a few lines, and then after that, he put him in like the wardrobe after having a bit of a confrontation after he tried to, you know, trying to untie whatever. I don't know what he was trying to do. Put her in the closet, and he wanted to say another line, but then she got fed up and she tried to like kill herself because he obviously got the door vaulted and the electrocutor and whatnot, and he was getting kind of upset, grieving. And after he finished with after he was panicking that finished doing that what he was trying to do, wasn't exactly finished, but he wanted to see if he was okay. He was panicking, and she just came out the door and just stabbed him. I was just like, that's not the ending I was expecting. Not the kind of turn point I was expecting. I was expecting kind of more something different. Not the whole like him on his mum hostage type situation. That was major. That actually kind of like got me a little bit too. And he definitely is a psychopath. It should have had a bit of a better ending in this. But I was disappointed to find the ending was like that. Really, I mean, that's not necessarily the end, but just to see he actually was a psychopath, and he wanted her to make her feel how he feels. So she turned into kind of like a psycho, being like a room. And I could pretend I don't accept how the son behaves or what he's like, but there was a lot more to it. Like she mentioned that her other son, Jerry, who's sharp at school, she mentioned that bit. And that kind of like got her thinking that her other son was going to say, well, I want to put it past Jacob. And Abby is the mom's name, just in case of you wondering. So it's kind of like, mentioning that bit, that kind of makes me wonder, wow, okay. She thought that by her other son too. I mean, I'm not blaming her. The son did kind of miss someone that had issues. There's nothing much else she could have done. Like, she tried asking for help, she didn't get any help. So there it is, and she eventually stabs him to death, and she calls the police and says it's psycho and stuff like that. And then he wanted her to hang herself. He said that to her. But when she stood right where the rope is and the stool is, he actually made a video saying, "Oh, I didn't actually want you to kiss. I wanted to make you feel how I was feeling." And I was thinking to myself, that's a terrible thing to do. That's a terrible prank to play. It really is. It's really like it's horrible. Like her own son doing that, and it makes you wonder as well. There are sons and daughters out there like that, and I think any parent that will watch this type of movie will kind of feel for her in some way, because it's something kind of you go similar situations than she does, goes through the same sort of thing every day. And she was just like, she didn't have any words for it. Like, for him to do that though, he didn't have to do that. And that's so psychotic, baby. He was playing mind games, manipulation. Probably he was actually a good kid, but he just needed a bit of help. I mean, he's 14 years old in the movie, but he looked older than that. Should have got someone slightly more like that age, I guess. But yeah, it's a great acted movie. I've got to say, bravo to the acting in this. I got a clap. I don't know if you can see a clap. There you go. Bravo for the acting. It's sensational. I never acted like that in my life in any movie for quite a long time. Um, yeah, so it just ended there. I mean, I did not expect it to be like that. Mentioning as well. She did have all the recordings. They showed snippets of it. I thought it was gonna be the recordings of like her actually just putting all the stuff and accusing him of these things to make him look like a psycho. But it was just like her just going through the regular like camera rolls and stuff like that. It's it's a great acting movie, but some of you might pick out bits and pieces to make you determine, oh, if that was actually going to happen. Like, you may have picked out some theories to this as to what actually was going on. But as I said, there's nothing much else that happens in this movie. I was going to give this a 10, but the only thing that was going on was the good acting. So I think 10 is a bit of an exaggeration on this one. Not to be harsh, it definitely deserves more than a 5. The acting's great. I've got to say, it convinced me that they were actually psychos. That was brilliant, actually. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. The acting's just sublime. I've got to say. I mean, I can't stop saying it. Like, make more movies like that. Make more fan footage movies, but acting like that. It's better acting than Paranormal Activity, and Paranormal Activity had good acting. This one here had more of a deeper psychological movie with good acting in it as well. Like, it's kind of makes you dive deep into the like psychological world of like a psychotic son and him trying to turn his mother into a psycho. It's a great acted film. It's over an hour and a half long. Well, an hour and 13 minutes. So you gotta be patient for that. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it. 8 out of 10 is the rating. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like, comment, share, everyone subscribe and hit the bell notification below. As I see you in my next video.